Alright guys, so in today's video I want to talk about a few mistakes which I made when I was doing push-ups, and what these mistakes did to my body, and you wouldn't want to make these mistakes. I'm just going to show you what these mistakes can do. Now, if you look at the body, right, this side and this side doesn't really seem to be that equal, and you would say, kind of everyone has that. I didn't have this before, and in the video it's showing less of it. Like in real life it's a little more than how it actually looks. And what mistakes, let's talk about the mistakes. And yeah, the mistakes, I only did push-ups, mostly push-ups, 95% of the exercise which I've done to build the body which I have. It's not really that big, but something is better than nothing. So when I was doing push-ups, obviously I wasn't very careful about it. I didn't care about the form. I didn't care about, if I'm, let me show you how I can just show you. When you do push-ups, right, you have both of your hands on the ground, right? The mistakes which I made sometimes, maybe not all the time, sometimes, like your hands should be equal. They weren't. Let's say your hands are like this. Let me just see if they can be like, right, they're equal, but maybe one hand would be more to this side or to this side, and you know what that would do, right? So this is just one mistake, but then it goes into a lot of other things as well. And what would it do if you make this mistake? Well, it's just gonna give you your body is gonna have asymmetry, right? Yeah. The next mistake is kind of the same thing in just different ways. The next mistake is one hand push-up. There's nothing wrong with doing one hand push-ups, but I didn't do them for long. But when I did them, I mostly did them on the right side, and what that did, when I would actually, like, for a certain amount of time I did one hand push-ups mostly on this side, and after some time I noticed when I would do push-ups, right, my legs, normally they are in between, right? Like you have your hands on the ground and you have your legs straight, right? My legs would be a little, like they would be a little to this side, and it would actually feel like they're not. And when I would put them like in the middle while doing push-ups, they would feel like they're not in the right place. So that happened, and it's kind of the same thing, these two things which I said, but there's a difference obviously. So you don't want to make these mistakes. And another one would be doing push-ups very quickly, and when you're gonna do it quickly, it's very likely what you're gonna do is you're gonna, when you go down, when you do push-ups like this, you maybe lean more to this side or maybe more to this side. You don't want to do that. You're gonna, like, obviously, the side which you're gonna put more pressure on, which is gonna be pressed more, which is gonna have more pressure, will grow more, will develop more. You will have muscle, more muscle on that. But like if it's this side, you will just have more muscle here. And naturally, most of us already have one side which is just a little bigger. Like you may have one side of your chest, could be right or left, which is bigger than the left one. If it's the right one which is bigger, the left one would be smaller. Same with biceps. That's not necessarily something to worry about, because if you're right-handed, it's just kind of gonna be like that. But you can, I'm just kind of in my head. You need to do your best to not make these mistakes, because you don't want to have these things which you don't need to have. Like, you do push-ups, imagine doing push-ups and your legs are not in between, right? but they do feel that way. You don't want that. And what would that do? It's gonna put a pressure on, like, it depends if it's on the right side or if it's on the left. And what it's gonna do, it's gonna just develop one side of the muscle is gonna get developed more, and the other won't be. You don't want this. It's gonna give your body asymmetry. You don't want that. Like, just to show you, right? Like, you have this side, right? Like, you can even see, like, it should be like they it actually doesn't really show that much difference in the video, but like it can do that. You don't want this. So what I would say, what you can do, like what you would take from this video, don't do push-ups in a hurry. When you do push-ups, you know, see if, like, if these are equal, your form, if that's how it should be, your legs are they in the middle, stuff like that. It's not necessarily something you have not heard before, but a lot of times it's just the basics, right? And I know we all make mistakes. Someone has to go into the fire and get burned and then tell others, oh, you will get burned, you shouldn't go into the fire. And I'm not the only one, obviously, but if this just helps even if it helps one person, that person was gonna make this mistake, and maybe because of this that they don't. It's a beautiful thing. So yeah, just don't be in a hurry when you're doing push-ups. Fix your form if it's not correct. Like some people, when they do push-ups, do you know how it is? I know I'm kind of in my head, but do push-ups properly, right? You can watch videos on YouTube how to do them properly. Yeah, in one the simplest way I can say this, just do push-ups properly. That's simple. You can watch videos. There are countless videos on YouTube. Yeah, and that's that for this video.